There are places on this earth so breathtaking. They don't just take your breath away, they change the way you breathe. Places that don't just live in travel brochures, but in dreams, in stories whispered by wanderers, and in the hearts of those forever changed by them. From icy fjords that glow under the midnight sun, to ancient waterfalls that speak the language of time. To mountains so mysterious, they seem untouched by the modern world. This is not just a list, it's a pilgrimage. A reminder that life is not meant to be lived in the same corner forever. So pack your curiosity, bring your sense of wonder, and join us as we journey through the most unforgettable places you should visit before you die. Hallstatt, Austria. Nestled between glassy, crystal-clear lake waters and the towering snow-capped peaks of the Dachstein Alps, lies a village so picturesque, so delicate. It almost feels like something out of a fairy tale, too perfect to be real. This is Hallstatt, a hidden jewel in the heart of Austria. A village that seems to be suspended in time. And for many, it's considered one of the most beautiful lakeside towns in the world. Every inch of Hallstatt has been shaped by nature's hand, and every corner is a testament to its charm. Old salt mine tunnels snake their way through the rugged mountainside, dating back over 7,000 years. These ancient mines tell a story of both history and resilience, as they have long supplied salt to the region, enriching its culture. The village itself, a beautiful collection of pastel-colored houses, clings to the hillsides, as if nature and man have found perfect harmony here. As you stand by the still, serene waters of Lake Hallstatt, you'll notice how the entire village reflects off the surface. So perfectly mirrored, it's almost like a hand-painted postcard. It's as if nature has decided to capture the soul of this town and then replay it for your eyes over and over again. As you wander the village's narrow, winding cobblestone streets, there's a quiet magic that surrounds you. Flower boxes spill over with vibrant geraniums, their colors popping against the soft hues of the buildings. You'll see candlelit windows glowing warmly in the evening twilight, casting a welcoming glow on the streets below. One of Hallstatt's most iconic landmarks is the Lutheran church, with its tall, slender spire that rises above the village, piercing the morning mist like a needle of light. It's a breathtaking sight, as it reaches up to the heavens, standing watch over the peaceful town below. In winter, snow falls gently from the sky, blanketing the rooftops like powdered sugar. The village seems to transform into a winter wonderland, where everything is still, except for the soft crunch of snow beneath your feet. In autumn, however, Hallstatt is just as stunning. When the entire town seems to blaze with fiery hues of gold and red. The vibrant colors of the changing leaves reflect in the lake, creating a mesmerizing mirror image, almost like a living Monet painting. Hallstatt is more than just a picturesque village. It's an experience, a place that offers something beyond what the eye can see. It's the kind of place where time feels slower, where conversation seems softer, and the air, is refreshingly pure and crisp. Everything here moves at a different pace, one that encourages you to slow down and embrace the moment. It's the type of place that makes you want to put your phone away, not because you have to, but because your soul feels compelled to be fully present, to take in the beauty and let it settle within you. Some say it's the most beautiful village in the world, with its timeless charm and unparalleled beauty. Others say it's Europe's most peaceful escape, a place where you can truly find solitude and serenity. But no matter how you describe it, everyone who visits Hallstatt agrees on one undeniable truth. This place stays with you, long after you've left. It's a memory that lingers in your heart, a feeling that doesn't fade, and a beauty you carry with you forever. Plitvice Lakes National Park, Croatia. Tucked away in the heart of Croatia lies one of Europe's most enchanting natural wonders, Plitvice Lakes National Park. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a breathtaking paradise, where crystal-clear waters cascade over limestone cliffs, creating a symphony of waterfalls that seem to dance through the lush green forest. The moment you enter, you're enveloped by the sights and sounds of nature at its most pristine. Hundreds of waterfalls rush down into emerald-colored lakes, each one more stunning than the last. The water shimmering under the sun, like liquid glass. As you stroll along the wooden walkways, you'll notice how each step leads you deeper into a world of tranquility. The air is crisp, fresh, filled with the scent of pine trees and damp earth. The sounds of rushing water soothe your mind. The lakes themselves are a striking shade of turquoise and jade, changing color as the light shifts throughout the day. Some days, the water appears almost translucent, while on others, it holds a deeper, more mysterious hue. And it's not just the lakes that leave you spellbound. Plitvice's forests are teeming with wildlife. Deer grazing near the lake's edge. Rare birds perched high in the trees. Everywhere you look, there's a sense of harmony, as if the park itself is a living, breathing entity that exists only for you to discover. One of the park's most famous features is the Great Waterfall, a magnificent sight that plummets over 70 meters into the lake below. It's a roar that you can hear long before you see it. And when you finally do, it takes your breath away. The water crashes down with such force, creating a mist that rises into the air, catching the sunlight in 1,000 tiny rainbows. In winter, Plitvice transforms into a winter wonderland, with snow blanketing the park in a serene, quiet white. The waterfalls freeze into stunning ice formations, and the lakes shimmer with a delicate layer of frost. It's as if the park is holding its breath, waiting for spring to come. And in autumn, the park bursts into a riot of colors as the leaves on the trees turn shades of gold, red, and orange. The lakes reflect the fiery foliage, making it feel like you've stepped into an impressionist painting. Plitvice is not just a destination, it's a journey into the heart of nature, a place where time seems to slow down, where every moment is an invitation to reconnect with the world around you. The park's beauty is overwhelming, but it's also peaceful. Here, you can escape from the noise of the world and simply be. Some say Plitvice Lakes is the most beautiful national park in Europe. Others call it a hidden gem, waiting to be discovered by those seeking a quiet refuge in nature. But all who visit agree on one thing. Plitvice's magic stays with you long after you leave. reminding you of the pure, untouched beauty of our planet. Reynisfjara, Black Sand Beach, Iceland. Iceland, the land of fire and ice, is one of the most otherworldly places you'll ever visit. A place where volcanoes and glaciers coexist side by side, and the landscape changes with every step you take. Iceland is a land of stark contrasts. Black volcanic sands meet pristine white glaciers. Gushing hot springs bubble beneath the icy surface, and waterfalls cascade from high cliffs, thundering into the valleys below. One of Iceland's most iconic sights is the Blue Lagoon, a geothermal spa where the warm, mineral-rich waters are surrounded by black lava fields. Here, you can soak in the warm waters, while gazing at the stark volcanic landscape, feeling the healing power of the earth beneath you. Another stunning feature of Iceland is its waterfalls. Gullfoss, known as the Golden Falls, is one of the most famous, with its thundering torrents cascading down two massive steps into a deep gorge below. The sheer power of the water is mesmerizing. Then there's Seljalandsfoss, a waterfall you can walk behind, where the water seems to fall straight from the sky. Standing behind the curtain of water is an experience unlike any other, a perfect blend of nature's might and beauty. Iceland's black sand beaches are another must-see, with Reynisfjara standing out as one of the most striking. The beach is a surreal sight, with jet-black sands stretching out toward the ocean, and towering basalt columns rising from the waves. The contrast between the dark sands and the white waves is hypnotic, a place where you can't help but feel small in the presence of nature's grandeur. One of Iceland's most magical moments occurs during the Northern Lights, when the sky comes alive with brilliant swirls of green, pink, and purple. It's an experience that feels almost otherworldly, like watching the sky dance in real time. But Iceland isn't just a place for its natural wonders. It's a place of incredible geological activity. The island sits on top of a tectonic boundary, where the continents meet and split apart. This gives Iceland its distinct landscape. Volcanic craters, geysers, and hot springs dot the terrain, reminding you that the Earth here is still alive and always changing. The Golden Circle route will take you through Iceland's geological heart. Here, you can witness the famous Thingvellir National Park, where the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates pull apart, creating dramatic rift valleys and fissures in the landscape. The history here is as rich as the geology, as Iceland's first parliament was formed right in this valley, nearly 1,000 years ago. In the winter months, Iceland is transformed into a frozen wonderland. Glacier caves, formed from years of frozen ice, can be explored in the Vatnajökull glacier region, where blue ice glows under the dim light, and the silence is deafening. In summer, the country bursts to life, with midnight sun giving the land an ethereal quality. The endless days mean you can explore the land without the constraints of night, making every adventure feel timeless. Iceland is not just a place, it's an experience, a land that leaves you in awe at every turn. It's a land of extremes, where fire meets ice, and where nature's beauty is both humbling and awe-inspiring. Some say it's the most unique country on Earth. Others call it the last frontier of natural beauty. But those who visit Iceland will agree on one thing. It's a place that stays with you, capturing your heart in ways you never thought possible. Moraine Lake, Canada. Tucked deep within the rugged embrace of the Canadian Rockies lies a place that looks too beautiful to be real. A place where the world slows down and nature whispers its most awe-inspiring secrets. This is Moraine Lake, located in Banff National Park, Alberta, Canada. Moraine Lake is not just a destination, it's a dreamscape. A place so striking, it feels like a painting brought to life. The first thing that hits you is the color. That surreal, almost unbelievable turquoise blue. It's not a camera trick. It's real, formed from glacial meltwater. The lake gets its unique hue from fine rock flour, ground down by ancient ice, suspended in the water, reflecting light in the most magical way. On a clear summer morning, as the sun rises behind the Valley of the 10 Peaks, the lake lights up like liquid sapphire. It's the kind of view that makes you forget to breathe. Surrounding Moraine Lake are towering mountains, snow-capped giants that stretch into the clouds. They stand like ancient guardians, watching over the valley in solemn silence. And as you take it all in, you'll realize something profound. You are small, but the world is beautiful. Walking along the shoreline trail, you'll hear the soft crunch of gravel beneath your boots, the gentle lapping of water, the occasional call of a loon echoing through the still air. There's no traffic, no noise, just you and the untouched rhythm of nature. Climb the short but steep rock pile trail, and you'll reach one of the most iconic views in all of Canada. This is the spot you've seen on postcards, travel blogs, even on the old Canadian $20 bill. And yet, no photo can truly capture what it feels like to stand there, in silence, surrounded by nature's masterpiece. Each season at Moraine Lake brings a different kind of magic. In late spring, the lake begins to thaw as icy fingers melt away to reveal that famous blue. By summer, wildflowers bloom along the trails, painting the landscape in strokes of purple, yellow, and white. In autumn, the golden larches set the valley ablaze. Mountains glow with amber light, and reflections in the lake become a fiery mirror. Even in winter, when the lake is frozen over and the road is closed, it remains a place of silent wonder, untouched, peaceful, still. But Moraine Lake is more than just scenery. It's a reminder that places still exist in this world where nature is pure, where the air is clean, and where your soul can finally exhale. It teaches you to slow down, to be still, to look around and truly see, not through a lens, but with your heart. So why should you visit Moraine Lake before you die? Because it's not just about the view. It's about the feeling, the quiet wonder, the overwhelming beauty, the sense that, for a moment, you've stepped out of time and into something eternal. People come from all corners of the world just to stand at its shore and listen, to feel alive, to be humbled, to remember that Earth is still full of miracles. Moraine Lake isn't just a destination, it's a memory waiting to be made, a dream you owe yourself, a place that will stay with you long after your footprints fade from its shores. Visit Moraine Lake, not because it's famous, but because it's unforgettable. Lofoten Islands, Norway. Tucked far above the Arctic Circle, off the jagged northern coast of Norway, lies a place that feels like it belongs in a myth. A land of frozen beauty, endless skies, and silence so pure, it feels sacred. Welcome to the Lofoten Islands, an archipelago so surreal. It leaves you questioning whether it's real, or just a dream shaped by wind, water, and time. Here, the mountains don't rise, they erupt. Jagged granite peaks shoot straight out of the sea, casting shadows over narrow inlets and icy fjords that snake deep into the land. It's nature, raw, unfiltered, and untamed. But Lofoten isn't just about grandeur. It's also about simplicity, about quiet moments in small fishing villages, where time seems to stretch, and the pace of life is ruled not by the clock, but by the tide. Villages like Moraine and Reynisfjara feel like something out of a storybook. Clusters of red and white wooden cabins, called rorbur, perched delicately above the shoreline on stilts. Snow dusts the rooftops in winter, and in summer, wildflowers bloom along the docks. You'll see fishermen hauling in their daily catch, just as their ancestors did for generations. The scent of salt and dried cod lingers in the cold air, a reminder that Lofoten's beauty isn't only visual, it's sensory. It's the sound of seabirds crying high above. It's the crisp crunch of snow underfoot. It's the golden light that filters through mist at sunrise, casting halos over the fjords. And it's the silence, so profound you can hear your own heartbeat. Now imagine standing at the edge of a glassy fjord. The water is so still, it reflects the mountains like a perfect mirror. You look down, and you see the sky. Then, as night falls, the real magic begins. From late September to mid-April, Lofoten becomes a front-row seat to one of nature's greatest performances, the aurora borealis. Waves of green, violet, and blue ripple across the sky, dancing in silence above the peaks. Some call it a light show, others call it spiritual. But everyone agrees. You don't just watch the northern lights here, you feel them. In the warmer months, Lofoten changes again. The snow melts, the days stretch longer, and then they don't end at all. From late May to mid-July, the midnight sun hovers above the horizon, never setting. Golden light bathes the mountains, the sea, the fields, for hours that feel like eternity. You could be hiking a mountaintop trail at 2 a.m. with no flashlight, just the sun and the stillness. Or kayaking through icy turquoise waters while eagles soar overhead and seals peek curiously from the waves. For adventurers, this place is paradise. You can hike Reynisfjara, a steep and winding trail that rewards you with one of the most breathtaking views in the world. Or visit Kvalvika Beach, a hidden bay surrounded by cliffs, only accessible by foot, where the Atlantic crashes against black sand under a pink summer sky. Yes, you can even surf here. At Hallstatt Beach, the waves are cold, but the thrill is unmatched. Yet you don't have to chase adrenaline to fall in love with Lofoten. You can simply exist here. Breathe in the crisp air. Sit beside a fire in a cozy rorbur cabin. Listen to the wind. Feel the rhythm of the Arctic, where nature is both your host and your humbler. There's no need for filters here. No need for noise. The Lofoten Islands speak for themselves, in the language of stillness, of snow, of light. For many, a visit to Lofoten becomes more than just travel. It becomes a memory burned into the soul, a place they return to, not physically, but in quiet moments, in dreams, in longing, because there are places on Earth that show you how small you are, and how beautiful that can be. The Lofoten Islands are one of those places. Mount Roraima, Venezuela. There's a place where the earth rises like a monument to the ancient world, a place so mysterious, so remote. It inspired tales of dinosaurs, lost civilizations, and forgotten gods. Welcome to Mount Roraima, a colossal tabletop mountain on the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, often called the real lost world. And when you see it, you'll understand why. Roraima is not like other mountains. It doesn't rise in peaks. It erupts vertically from the jungle floor. 4,000 feet straight up, as if carved by the hands of giants. The summit? A flat, mist-covered plateau that stretches over 30 square kilometers, shrouded in clouds and mystery. It's ancient, older than the Himalayas, older than the Andes, nearly 2 billion years old. Let that sink in. This isn't just a mountain, it's a relic of Earth's earliest days, a remnant from when the continents were still being born. And it's one of the few places on Earth where time feels like it stands still. The native Pemon and Kapon people believe Roraima is sacred. To them, it's not just rock. It's the stump of a mighty tree that once held all the fruits and vegetables of the world, chopped down by a god in a cosmic act of revenge. It's more than a legend. It's a warning. A reminder that nature, no matter how beautiful, demands respect. As you approach Roraima, the landscape begins to change. Dense, emerald rainforests give way to surreal rock formations. Twisted spires, deep crevices, and caves carved by millions of years of wind and rain. The air grows cool, the clouds cling to the cliffs. And then, suddenly, you see it. Roraima towers above everything. Mighty, silent, unmoving. Climbing it is no easy task. There are no cable cars, no paved paths, just a challenging trek that takes several days. Through rivers, jungles, and slippery stone trails. Each step brings you closer to a world untouched by time. And when you finally reach the summit, it feels like another planet. The surface of Roraima is unlike anything you've seen. Alien, eerie, silent, black rock stretches in every direction, weathered into shapes that look like ruins, sculptures, or creatures. Small pools catch the ever-present mist, while crystal-clear streams tumble off the edges in waterfalls that disappear into the jungle below. You'll see plants that grow nowhere else on Earth, carnivorous pitcher plants, tiny orchids, ferns from another era, and the animals? They're just as strange. Tiny black frogs with rubbery skin that can't hop. They walk slowly, like they're exploring just as you are. But perhaps the most surreal part of Roraima is the feeling, the deep stillness, the vastness, the sense that you are somewhere not just remote, but sacred. No cities, no noise, no signal, just wind, stone, and silence. At night, the temperature drops. The stars emerge, bright and sharp in the cold sky. And for a moment, standing atop this ancient plateau, you feel small, but not insignificant. You feel part of something vast, something eternal. It's no wonder Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was inspired by Roraima when writing The Lost World. He imagined dinosaurs roaming this isolated summit, a land frozen in time. And honestly, it doesn't feel that far-fetched. Because standing here, above the clouds, surrounded by stone and silence, the line between reality and imagination begins to blur. Mount Roraima isn't just a place you visit. It's a place you experience, a place that changes you. It's proof that some corners of this world still hold mystery, still hold magic, and still remind us how little we truly know. Ban Gioc Waterfall, Vietnam. Hidden deep in the emerald folds of northern Vietnam, right along the border with China, there's a place that feels almost untouched by time. A place where the mountains breathe mist, where the air carries the scent of wildflowers and river spray, and where nature performs one of its most breathtaking spectacles. This is Ban Gioc Waterfall. Not just one of the largest waterfalls in Asia, but one of the most poetic. A symphony of cascading water falling from towering limestone cliffs onto wide, lush terraces below. The moment you see it, it doesn't feel real. It's not a single curtain of water, but a series of tumbling, multi-tiered falls, like nature crafted a giant staircase and let the river dance down. At full strength during the rainy season, Ban Gioc roars like thunder, yet in the dry months, it whispers. A gentle, melodic flow, draped in mist and birdsong. And what makes it so unique? It's shared by two nations. The left side of the falls belongs to Vietnam, the right, China. But here, there's no sense of border or division, only the overwhelming oneness of nature. As you stand on the Vietnamese side, you'll find yourself surrounded by lush rice paddies, grazing buffalo, and distant limestone karsts that rise like ancient sentinels. Villagers still live in wooden stilt houses, tending to fields, fishing the river, offering warm smiles to travelers who pass through. And there's a peace here that you don't often find in tourist-heavy spots. Ban Gioc isn't crowded, it isn't loud, it just is. Authentic, sacred, alive. If you're lucky, you might catch a bamboo raft gliding beneath the falls, its oarsmen steering through the mist as droplets shimmer in the sunlight, catching rainbows in the air. The waterfall is fed by the Khe Sun River, whose waters are a surreal shade of jade green, calm and clear one moment, rushing and wild the next. But Ban Gioc isn't just a marvel of water and rock. It holds stories, legends. Locals speak of ancient fairies who bathed in the falls under the moonlight, and dragons who guarded the valley from harm. Even today, the place feels enchanted. And just a short hike away, you'll find the Nguom Nao Cave, a limestone cavern filled with glittering stalactites formed over millions of years. It's as if Ban Gioc isn't just one destination, but many woven into one stunning corner of the world. When the sun begins to set, the entire landscape shifts. The cliffs glow golden. The mist becomes luminous, and the roar of the waterfall softens into a lullaby. In a world obsessed with speed, Ban Gioc invites you to slow down, to listen, to breathe. It reminds you that some of the most beautiful places on Earth aren't in guidebooks, aren't Instagrammed to death. They're tucked away, quiet, sacred, waiting. So, before you leave this life, before your story is done, come here. Stand by the edge of Ban Gioc. Feel the spray on your skin, hear the water speak, and let it remind you that the world is still full of magic. Lake Baikal, Russia. far out in the icy heart of Siberia, surrounded by jagged mountains, thick forests, and frozen silence, lies a place older than history itself. A place so vast, so deep, so ancient, that it's not just a lake, it's a legend. This ... is Lake Baikal, the deepest lake on Earth, the clearest, and by volume, the largest reservoir of fresh water anywhere in the world. But those are just the numbers. To truly understand Lake Baikal, you have to stand on its shore. You have to feel that first breath of crisp, clean air. You have to see the way the sun pierces through water so pure you can spot pebbles 40 meters below the surface. You have to hear the silence, a silence so profound, it's almost spiritual. Baikal isn't just old. It's the oldest lake on Earth, over 25 million years in the making. It's seen empires rise and fall. It survived ice ages, earthquakes, and centuries of solitude. And through it all, it's remained wild, untamed, and utterly majestic. In summer, the lake is a mirror, endless blue, fringed with pine forests and tiny fishing villages where time seems to move a little slower. But in winter, Baikal transforms. The water freezes into thick, shimmering glass, so clear you can see ancient bubbles trapped inside. Cracks form patterns across the ice, like nature's own stained glass windows. The ice doesn't just freeze. It sings, high-pitched whistles, low, echoing booms, as if the lake itself is speaking in some forgotten tongue. Walk across it, and it feels like you're stepping on another world. This is where the shamans of Siberia once came to pray, where reindeer herders whispered to the wind, where old Russian poets and travelers spoke of Baikal as the lake with a soul. They weren't wrong, because Baikal isn't just water, it's life. It's home to over 2,000 unique species, many found nowhere else on Earth. Tiny shrimp that glow, seals that swim beneath the ice, and the mysterious Nerpa, the only freshwater seal in the world. Found only here, the locals call Baikal the sacred sea, not out of tradition, but out of reverence. You don't visit Baikal, you experience it. You listen to its stories in the wind, you feel its age beneath your feet, and you leave with something stirred deep inside you. Maybe it's a sense of awe, maybe it's peace, maybe it's the quiet reminder that this world is still full of wonders, far beyond anything we can create. And when the stars come out, millions of them, unfiltered by city lights, they reflect off the frozen surface, like they're reaching down, trying to touch the earth. In that moment, you'll understand why Baikal is more than a place. It's a memory, a feeling, a whisper from a time before time. So if you ever get the chance, go stand at the edge of the sacred sea, close your eyes, let the cold air wrap around you, and remember, you are standing on the oldest mirror in the world, and it's quietly reflecting everything you've ever wanted to find. The world is vast, but our time to see it is not. These places, they're not just destinations. They're invitations to feel small beneath endless skies, to get lost and find yourself again, to stand in silence and let beauty speak louder than words. So don't wait for the perfect moment. It rarely comes. Chase the northern lights, touch ancient stones, swim in turquoise pools you never knew existed. Because one day, you won't remember the emails, the errands, or the hours lost in routine. You'll remember this. the places that made your heart race, the ones that left you speechless, the ones that made you feel alive. So tell me, where will you go first?